Alright everybody, welcome back to another video here with Chris, and today we're going to be doing another deck building video. This time we're going to be doing the Warriors of Universe 7, aka the new Invoker deck that is coming out in set 20. We are about a week away now from pre-release, and I know there's a few leaders I have yet to make deck videos for, so over the next week or so we're going to be going over those, most of those, and trying to build some good decks that could be viable on day one, hopefully. Obviously, I'm not going to go into like crazy detail and going over like crazy text and stuff, but I'll try to make it as viable as possible for a good template for people, maybe if they struggle with deck building, or they're just kind of waiting for people to build decks, because that does actually happen. Obviously, this is a card game. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to just look at other people for deck building videos. Probably not me. I'm probably not the best deck builder, but I try. I definitely attempt to. So, Injured 17 leader is essentially a form of Invoker that uses that really focuses on playing Z battle cards as kind of your way of gaining hand advantage, and that's really the only way you can draw on the front side, which is kind of odd. So you do have to focus on playing out your Z battle cards. So if those get removed, it's really odd how you're supposed to. I don't know. It's strange how you want to keep these cards in play. So we're going to see what we can make with this list here, and we'll go over obviously the Z deck and the main deck. So first we will do the main deck, or I'm sorry, the main Z list here, because this is obviously probably I think the most important part is trying to make sure that your Z list is good. Now, you only have 7 slots. You can't fit that many cards into this. And I don't know if they might actually be on here. Let's see. Let's see if they added the Z cards from the other starter deck, and I think they're probably on here. To my knowledge, let's check. Yep, so they did add the other Z cards. So this is cool. So remember, because our leader is a Warriors of Universe 7, that means any card that has the Universe 7 trait is treated with no specific cost, meaning you can play literally any color in these decks. You can play whatever color it is. It won't matter as long as it is a Universe 7 card. So there are a lot of cool options. So the main one here is going to be the Gohan, the red Gohan here, right? So Gohan has Deflect. You Z-stack 2 red Universe 7 battle cards underneath it, and then at the start of your opponent's main phase, you play a 3-drop or less Universe 7 red Universe 7 from underneath it, and you place this card underneath that card. So the best target for this is going to be Impeccable Defense. This card is really, really good. So it's a 25k barrier blocker. When it's played, it can't be KO'd for the turn, since you're playing it on your opponent's turn, I believe. Yeah, so you play at the start of your opponent's main phase, meaning for that entire turn, this card cannot be KO'd. So it's a 25k blocker barrier. Activate battle if it's your opponent's turn, switch this card to active mode, meaning you can double block with it on the turn you play with it, which is crazy. And then activate main, limit 1 for 1 red and then 1 colorless if your leader's a red Universe 7, Warriors of Universe 7. Switch card to rest mode, play up to 1 red Universe 7 with 3 costs from under this card, and at the end of your opponent's turn, remove this card from the game. So this card's really good. Gohan is kind of our chain starter for the Z stuff, so we're probably gonna want to include at least 2 of this, and probably 2 of the Android 17. Now everything else, so like this can only pick red, right? So this specifies only red. So you can only pick red Universe 7 cards, which there's I know there's another red one that comes in the deck. Let's see what we got here. Where's it at? So you have this guy. When you play an arrival red-blue, you draw a card, and then activate main. If you have 3 more, if you have 3 more energy, you play up to 1 red Universe 7 underneath this card, 3 or less, and you remove this card from the game. So this card is another way of being able to play out the 3-drop. So we're gonna include one of this. That gives us 5. And I thought there was another one. These aren't Universe 7, which they did a good job of not making that card Universe 7. Let's see. Here's the other guy. You can Z-stack 2 on this as well. If you have 4 more energy when this card's played from under a card by a skill, this card gains 10k in dual attack for the turn. And then if your leader is a red Universe 7 start of your opponent's main phase, play up to 1, 2 or less from under this card and place this card under. So this card's good too. We'll include 1. And now we have one more slot, right? One more slot, yeah. So there's a few different options. So this card's cool, but you can't. It's like this is good. This actually might be better than the other Gohan. If you have 4 more colors, okay. Probably not. Okay, let's see the Piccolo. This card is played at the end of your opponent's. At the end of the turn, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, and it gets minus 20k. There are 4 more colors among cards in your energies. The energy battle area drop in warp. Play up to 1. So this is cool. So this actually can play out the red Gohan. So we're actually going to include this guy. This is also a target too. This is really if you're focusing on the Z battle cards. I mean, not the Z battle cards, the skillless stuff. Which really, I don't think you're going to need the skillless in this deck. But this is probably, this combination with the red Goku or the red Gohan is probably what you would use in the red Gohan leader. Which is also a Warriors of Universe 7. Or the yellow one, I guess, now too. So, yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do with the Z deck here. So, we have 2 of the Daring Onslaught Sun Gohans. This can stack any of these cards underneath it. We have 2 of the Android 17s. And then 1 of the Arrival Vegetas. 1 of these Z-stack God Gokus. And then 1 of the Piccolos. Yeah, I think the Piccolo one's cool. It can minus something by 20k. Yeah, you might like it's just because it's another tech. It's just another card to add. The four more colors, you probably won't get that effect off. Probably not in this deck, but it's still, I think it's a pretty cool tech for you. So, all right. So now we'll get into the main deck. So. First, we're going to go to red-blue because this is obviously what this deck is going to be. It's going to be a red-blue Invoker deck. So we'll just go over here over the Invoker cards. We have Android 17, the move that turns the tide. This is definitely going to be a 4 of in the deck. It's going to get Invoker. It can literally search out more than half your deck. It's got spot removal. Then you can also pitch a card from your hand to combo with a red and a blue card from your drop. That have Universe 7 and 5k combo power, so it gives you 10k combo, which then can fuel your Arrival for, like, Gohan, for instance. So we do 4 17, probably 3 Gohan for now. This card gains Invoker on your opponent's turn, and if it's your opponent's turn, you can switch up to one of your red-blue energy to active mode, and then you can't play battle cards until the end of your next turn, meaning you can't you can't play battle cards from your hand. It's meaning you can only play Z battle cards, which is still fine. So we'll do 3 of the Gohans. 4 Beerus. This is probably the super combo you're going to play. In the old Invoker deck, you were able to play Zeno as well because your leader was blue. We don't have that. We don't have that ability anymore. So because we can't play Zeno, we're going to have to keep our energy being being able to restand. So we'll use this. This is also a red-blue, so we can be searched off by this. And there's also another card in the set that searches out Universe 7, red Universe 7 cards. And this is Universe 7, so we can search it out. It's good. 4 Rival Seeker, for sure, 4 Rival Seeker. This is a free 10k combo in this deck once you put a multicolor in your drop. And then if you have 5 or more energy, and you add 2 multicolor extras from your warp to your hand, you get to play a 6-drop Sun Goku on top of this card. This is definitely one of our win conditions. Still trying to figure out what Seeker we're going to run in this deck, but this can go into the 6-drop here, which is Energy Explosion. So Energy Explosion comes in, it's got an Invoker. You take 3 of your energy, put them in the drop, and you add 3 cards back from your drop to your energy with no energy exhaust, meaning you just gain 3 energy, essentially. Then when you deal a damage with any card, if this card's on board, this card deals an instant 1 damage to your opponent. So we're going to do probably two Goku for now. Maybe actually we'll probably do 3 since it is a big win condition. We'll do 3. Let's see if there's anything else. So, obviously, Apex of Power might be the correct way to go about it. I don't know. It's interesting. We might do this. We might do SS Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Secret Rare. We're just gonna have to see. This seems like the better option, but having 5 or more. So this is the turn 5 play. I don't know if this is what you're gonna want to do. I'm sure people will play it. We'll have to actually see if that's what we want to do yet or not. I'm not exactly sure. Any other battle cards? This is cool. This is the other Goku you can play. I don't think it's as good as the other one. This might be a tech card that people will use, but I don't think it's the better option. And then neither one of these are Universe 7, so I don't know if they're worth playing or not. Probably not. Actually, we can search multicolors. So, yeah, let's do 2 of this guy. So this is the counterplay. Once we have, if our opponent's tapped out, we can play this card for free with no energy exhaust, and it bottom decks 20k or less. So we'll do 2 of those for now. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it for the actual multicolor battle cards. You have things like Cooler too, which are interesting. I don't know. I think we want to. How many multicolors do we have that are not free combos? We have 2, 5, 9, 12. So 12. That's probably good because a lot of our deck is not combo. Does not have combo power because we are running extra cards. So we want to try to add more 5Ks, just so we have things we can do if our cards are being killed. All right, so let's finish off with the extra cards. So we have Cat Blow. If you have a red blue multicolor Son Goku in play or no battle cards in play, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. So this is kind of tricky because this card here does not work unless you have Apex of Power in play, which is a Goku. You have this Goku in play. You have Fated Rivals, or not for Fated Rivals, Rival Seeker, or if you have Instinct Surpassed. I think it just has to be a multicolor, right? Yeah. So you have to have one of those in play in order for Cat Blow to become effective, right? And then you can deal damage. So Cat Blow is probably something we are going to use if we play Apex, which we're gonna, once we kind of build the rest of the deck, we'll find out. But Cat Blow might be included, so we'll just include one for now. Actually, I'll include this too, so I don't need to go back forward and search it. And then also you can warp this card from your drop to look at the top card of your deck. And then if it is a multicolor extra card, you can add it to your hand. I don't know if that's going to be the condition we want to go with, though. So we'll just add one for now. Deadly Clash, this is going to be a 4 of. When you pitch this card off of your leader, you do give a multicolor arrival barrier. And then if Universe 7 is removed by a skill or KO'd, you can warp this and then 1 Universe 7 card from your drop to draw a card. So essentially, once you have something removed, you just get to draw a card. And then if your leader is a mono red Universe 7, you choose one of your red Universe 7 Android 17 cards. Switch to active mode, give it 10k. At the end of the turn, you switch up to one of your energy to active mode. So this is cool because you can make this guy a 35k double strike. Dual attack, so he'll gain. So you swing at this guy, you use Deadly Clash. He gains 10k. He restands to 35k double strike, and then at the end of the turn, you get the restand in energy. Or you can give this guy 10k, and now he's a 35k dual attack. Actually, not even dual attack. He's a 35k barrier blocker, who can block 3 times technically, because this will instantly restand him. So he'll go up to 35k, and does it give it for the turn? Yeah, it's for the turn. So you'll block. He'll go up to 35k. He'll restand. You can then block again, and then you can activate main or activate battle to restand him again. So you can block 3 times in 1 turn. Because this doesn't say on your turn, right? No. Yeah, so this is really good. Yeah, so this is a great combination. So it's either for this guy or for the move that turns the tide. All right, so we have powers combined. So this card is a free energy charge. So how this works is at the end of the turn, if you place a Universe 7 card from your energy in the drop, you add this card from the drop to your energy in active mode, which is really cool. So then you're just gaining energy back. It's essentially like you're restanding an energy, almost like if you have like Boo Unison on board, but you're able to just put this card magically just back into your into your energy. What's cool is that your leader, once per game, when you place a red blue multicolor in your energy, you get to switch up to one of your energy to active mode. So what you can do is at the end of the turn, so if you play this guy, if you're not awoken already, I didn't include it. So powers combined. So if you use this effect, you put this card in your energy, right? After you use you use a card for effects, whatever. At the end of the turn, you put this card in the energy, and then your leader effect will trigger, and then you can restand another energy, because it doesn't need to be the energy that's being played. You just be another energy in rest mode. So then you can restand something else. You're basically getting a draw or a restand 2. And activate battle, you give one of your cards 5k for the turn, then you minus something else, a non-leader, by 30k for the turn. So you can minus battle cards, unisons, but just not leaders. And also give your leader a 5k buff, which sounds like a bean. So that is also pretty cool. We're going to do 3 of that just for deck space purposes, because there's a lot of good Invoker cards. We don't want to go too crazy with everything. Okay, what else we got? Whis. Does Whis work? No, Whis doesn't work. These cards are cool. Steadfast Ally would be kind of cool if it had Invoker. You get to play it for free if one of your cards is removed. Explosion Demon Wave. This is a very cool card. We will probably include this card in the deck. You can negate a battle card's counterattack skill, and then switch up to one of your blue energy to activate at the end of the turn. But you have to pitch a red card. It's almost like it's almost an Invoker version of like Almighty Resistance. So we'll include two Explosion Demon Waves. Emperor's Death Beam for sure. We'll do 2 of those. Combination attack. This card's really good. Bouncing back a 5 or less and restanding an energy. Sleepy Boy, negate, draw 2, bounce something back. We'll do 3 of that guy. It's pretty powerful. There's a lot of good Invoker cards. We don't want to go too crazy with all of the Invoker stuff, because this is not a typical Invoker deck. We can't just sit back and rely on the multicolor Invoker sometimes, so we need to be able to, we have the combat tricks and other things we can do. Royal Condemnation is probably needs to be added to the main deck. This will bottom deck anything coming into play that is 8 or less. Which this is one of the few cards in the game that can hit Gohan Beast. So they can play their Gohan Beast, and then you just tap 1 and then bottom deck it, which is crazy. So yeah, we'll include 2 of this guy too. Puts us at 39. So we have 11 more slots if we want to keep this deck as consistent as possible. So now we're going to go to the multicolor or non-multicolor Universe 7 cards and see what we can find. So the first thing we want to do is, I do want to include, there's a red Frieza. I know people have been talking about it. Shout out to the boy Broken Honor. Good old Trevor. I know he talked about this in one of his videos. He did it before me. I was a little mad because I should have made the video talking about this card, but he beat me to it. But it's a very good card. It is... Where is it at? I don't see it on this front page. This guy, Friendly Rival Frieza. So this card is really, really good in this deck. So if your leader's red, which we are, you combo this card, you choose up to 1 red extra card from your deck, and you put it in the drop. So why this is good is, Invoker, we need to get extra cards into the drop for multiple reasons. One, so we're going to include probably 4 of this guy for now. So all of these extra cards, most of these extra cards like Cat Blow, Royal Condemnation, Emperor's Death Beam, Explosive Demon Wave, you can warp the top card. You can warp it to then put it in your warp for Fated Rivals, because you need 2 in your warp for Fated Rivals. Okay, so you have that effect. We actually don't want to run Overwhelm in this deck because Deadly Clash and Powers Combined have to be in the drop in order to gain the effects. So we don't want to warp stuff. So we don't want to run like Time Regulator, which is what other Invoker like the weird pseudo Invoker decks were running. To get the extra cards in the warp, so we're not going to do that. So we need something to put stuff in the drop. So this allows us to, we can combo this card, add any of these guys to the drop, and then again, cards like Powers Combined and Deadly Clash already have effects for when they're in the drop. They can do different effects. This also just allows us to search through our deck to see what we have in there. If we have super combos, if we have our secret rare, whatever, right? And then third and foremost, this actually turns on our Rival Seeker combo, because now we have a multicolor in the drop, so it now becomes a 10k for free. So for that card, I think is definitely necessary. And then we have the new Frieza, Overwhelming this guy. So if you have a Z Battle card in play, you become a Universe 7 Z Battle card in play. He costs 1. So when he's played, you draw a card, and you neg one of your opponent's battle cards by 15. But he's just a battle card you can play to get rid of some stuff. I think this card is very good. I don't know if we're going to be able to run it, though, space-wise. This card... So this card's also cool, too. So if your leader is red, Warriors of Universe 7, you place this card from the combo area in the drop. When you activate a multicolor card, you get to draw a card. So a lot of your stuff is going to be activating during the combo step. So you can combo this card from your hand to gain the effect, and then you can activate when you use the Invoker skill in the combat step, you then can pitch this card then to draw a card, which then sets up your Android 17 effect. So there's a very cool combination we'll talk about here in a second. Now we need to go over, we actually need to go into the set to grab the other cards. So we have Calm Judgment, searches top 5 for a red-blue multicolor, which means you can get our super combos and essentially any other card in our deck except for our secret rare. And then this is on a combo step. And you have a red card already, and you discard a multicolor from your hand, you get to draw one. So this card's going to be a 4 of. What this card does, this allows us to, if we combo like a Frieza, right? We can combo this card, and we can pitch a multicolor from our hand to then draw a card, which then puts another multicolor in the drop, so then we have the effect of Rival Seeker. We have the blue Vegeta, which is kind of like the other part of the red Frieza combo. If you place this card from the combo in the drop, when you use a rival card, when you use rival skill to play red-blue multicolor, you get the draw card. You also can play it for 2, and it bottom decks something when you attack with it. But when you play in a rival, you can then put this card in the drop to then draw 1. So we're gonna put three of these in there, and then we have the Android 18. Searches top 5 for any red Universe 7 card that costs 6 or less. Again, searches out almost our entire deck. And if a Universe 7 card is put in the drop by a skill, or is removed from the battle area by a skill, you can pitch this card from your hand instead, and then the card doesn't go away. So we're going to include 3 of this. This is a negate for the deck. It's not very good. It was set up, I think, before Bean was errated, so we're not going to run that. I think everything else is just either not for the deck. Yeah, we're not going to add anything else there. All right. So what else we need to add? So we need, I think testing the ops is probably something we should run. So include two testing the ops. And then what else? Probably Bean. I think Senzu Bean is probably needed in this deck. We'll do probably 3 Bean. And now we need to cut cards. So we'll see what we can cut here. Probably do like 2 Sleepy Boys. We'll cut down a Frieza. We'll cut down one of these Friezas. We'll cut down an Android 17. Actually, I think 17 is probably one of the best cards to keep in here. The big thing is you want to make sure. So we need to be able to charge non. So here's the cool thing. So all of these cards here, you can charge. And they'll count as so they don't count as red or blue. But you can charge any of these cards and then play either one of these androids turn 1, because it doesn't matter if you have a red or a blue, because they don't have any specific cost. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other. I mean, you also have this guy. Nope, can't play him. Never mind. Where's the other Android 17? You have most valuable player. It's kind of good. Kinda. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's bad. It's not awful. Probably include it. Okay, so we're at 60 cards. It's way too many for an Invoker deck. So we're needing to cut some stuff down. So we'll probably do like 3 Clash. I think 3 Clash. I think 3 powers combined is good too. Combination tab you can probably take out the main deck. Emperor's Death Beam is just really good. Don't want to get rid of that. Let's see, this might have to go in the side. Or take Divine Restraint out. Probably do 2. I'd say I don't want to cut too many of the non-multicolors. Yeah, this is what happens when you build one of these decks. We'll cut down we'll cut down a Goku. Because Goku's searchable, so we don't need to have. I think 1 Cat Blow is probably fine. Do maybe 117? Yeah, it puts us at 55. That's probably. Yeah, I don't think we can go any lower. Yeah, there's just too many good cards to run. Might be able to get a little bit lower. Let's see. If we cut, because this is limit 1, right? Yeah, it's limit 1. So we'll do 3 117s. You have both of these cards that get stuff in the drop. An extra blue energy, so we don't have to charge a Senzu Bean. Yeah, so these cards are actually good to. I'm gonna do a third freeze. Yeah, we'll stay at 55. So both of these cards here are very good to charge. So if we charge one of these cards, it's really good. We can then use powers combined to put them in the drop, which then will allow us to add this to our energy. So we get a free multicolor. And then we can use Android 17 ability to pitch a extra card from our hand to then combo with these guys from the drop. Obviously, they won't gain their autos because their skills are negated, but the fact that you can at least still combo them is good. I think that's it. I think that's what we'll go with. Yeah, so this is the list. I think this is yeah, obviously this is 0 testing, so we're just building the cards. But I think this is this seems like it's pretty good. We're gonna keep Awaken Power. I mean, not Awaken Power, but Apex of Power in here. You can run Unbridled Power, which I don't think is bad either. Unbridled Power, I mean, it's got a board wipe in it. It can still burn a damage, which is good. And if you have like Energy Explosion on board, actually. Okay. So, yeah, I think we're gonna go on Unbridled Power. Yeah, because we can't play this. We're not gonna have 4 more mono red. We can't play this, right? Oh, technically you can. This is kind of cool. 10 or more Universe 7 cards in your drop. I don't know if you have actually run 10 Universe 7 cards. Yeah, so Unbridled Power. So, why this card is cool. It's 4 red. You can burn your opponent alive, right? So if you actually could burn your opponent from 3 with this with the Secret Rare, I believe. So you can do so you'd have to have what this has to be like turn 5, right? I think turn 5. No, it had to be turn 6. So you'd have to have 6 energy. But you can play Fated Rival. I'm just trying to think if you can do this all in one turn. Yeah, so you played Fated Rival on turn 6 for 3. You go into Energy Explosion. You gotta be able to do that earlier, right? Yeah, so actually you can do this turn 5. You should be able to do it turn 5. Alright? So we tap 3, we play Rival Seeker. So we have what, two standing energy, right? You do the effect. You go into energy explosion. You then go back up to 6 or 5. You go back up to 5, and then you can play Unbridled Power. Pop Unbridled Power. This will deal 2 damage, and then you can Cat Blow. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Yeah, so you can actually, yeah. So wow, okay, yeah. So that's actually how that could work. I think that's how it would work, right? Yeah. So you play Rival Seeker on turn 5. You then add 2 extra cards, which we're always going to be able to hit Cat Blow unless it's in our life. Which might, after people test this, I'm sure they can bump it up to 2 or whatever they want. Yeah, so you have Friendly Rival and the 18 to put these cards into the drop, and then you can just use the effect to just warp it. You play Rival Seeker, you then add back Cat Blow and whatever else is in there. You play Energy Explosion, you then replace the three energy that you just spent to play Rival Seeker, so you go back up to 5. You then play Unbridled Power for 4. You pop Unbridled Power, you deal a damage. Energy Explosion will then deal a damage, and then you can just tap 1 for Cat Blow. So you can burn them from 3, essentially. So, yeah, that's pretty good. It's kind of scary, but that's good. So this is the deck list. I'll leave a DBS Deck Planet list on here so you guys can check it out if you guys want to if you guys don't want to pause the video. But let me know what you guys think of the list. If you guys think it's good, if you guys think there's certain changes you would make to it, maybe I messed something up, let me know down in the comments. I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comments. But thank you guys for the support, and I will see you guys in the next video.